Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this Friday morning, man. I got a big show lined up. Got a famous Friday fishing forecast coming up. We'll be giving away some seafood from Tarpon Dock, so all kind of good things going on. So let's get started with the weather by Haney Technical Center. Run by and check out all the programs from summer school they'll have coming up. High today, 81, low tonight, 66, and water temperature now has bounced back up to 75 degrees, so that's going to be good. Let's take a look at our river readings. We talked about it all week. The river's going to be right this weekend. The Apalachicola to Bluntstown, 6.5 foot, and the Choctawhatchee at Caryville, 5.6. Both those rivers just have a little slight drop to them, and they're going to be clearing up. They're going to be in good shape. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. We're looking at a low tide this morning at 119. Good strong tide today and tomorrow, and a high tide at 257. Now let's go ahead and do our fishing game time brought to us by Barron's Barbecue and Shrimp Marinade Sauce, and that's some good stuff right there. We're looking at our fishing game time from 6:45 to 8:45 this morning, and from 7:09 to 9:09, okay? So that's our time. So now what we want to do, we got a good situation here. We're going to get a hold of, we're going to call the pier, and I've got Drew on the phone already, and we're going to get a pier report on what's being called at the pier. Good morning, Drew.
Morning.
How's everything going today?
Everything's going pretty well.
Okay, tell us briefly what's been going on this past week. I understand there's been a big king that was caught.
Yeah, they've caught some pretty big kings. They've been catching some hardtail and then some Spanish as well.
Okay, any particular time of day they've been catching them?
Usually in the mornings.
Morning fishing been good, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what kind of bait are they been using?
From what everybody's been telling me, a bunch of scar minnows.
Cigar minnows. Okay, how's your crowd been the last couple of mornings?
It hasn't been too bad.
Okay. Now, I understand, I got a picture of about a 50-something pound king mackerel was caught. Were you there when they caught a big king?
No, sir.
I mean, that was a nice one, it sounds like. What about,
Yeah.
have you heard anything on any pompano being caught?
I haven't heard anything about pompano being caught.
Yeah, I haven't either. So, about whiting, anything on whiting?
I haven't heard anything about whiting either.
Okay, well, we've got a good weekend coming up, so the weather's going to be good, so let's hope we get some folks out there fishing with you.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, thank you very much for that report, Drew.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, buddy, thank you. All right, you heard it now. They're catching some fish out there. Hey, the pompano bite has been slow, but there was a big king. I got some pictures coming up to show you in just a little bit. So let's go ahead and take our first break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's get started with some pictures on this Friday morning. Folks been catching fish all week. I'll start off with Bob Bilsma from Lighting by Lavon. Bob just does a great job fishing. He's serious about it, and he has a great time. And folks, that is a nice one right there, Bob. All right, but now also look at his granddaughter, Brooke. She's got one, and she's holding it a little bit closer to the camera, but Brooke, I know you're happy catching that. Now look at a big old smile on your face. Brooke's a good girl. Enjoy seeing that picture there. Now let's go to right here. This is the Ling Ding Tournament down at Mexico Beach, John Thompson Memorial. First place was Art and Sylvia Dillard and Team Chaos. Second place was, they had 42, the winning fish was 42.95. And Captain Mitch and Bo with Florida Days, they got 39.7. And good place, they got second place there. So good job there, guys. All right, now move on to some more pictures here. Let's see. All right, nice redfish here. Bill Barlow went fishing last weekend, and he sent me a nice email. And what he did, he said, let's see, I got an email. All right, hey Winston, beautiful day in North Bay. We took a young friend, Honor Allen, who works with me at Hunt's Oyster Bar. He is presently the Florida oyster shucking champion. All right, we caught a 20-inch plus trout. The highlight day was a 26-inch redfish and a 23-inch trout. All fish were caught on a Mirrodine lures by Mirrolure. Look at the redfish mouth, and you can see the color pattern. Let's see if I can enlarge. See, look at right here, okay? You can see, I'm gonna go back to the other picture. Oh, here it is. See that? Look at that color pattern, that mirrodine right there. Can y'all see that? That was the color. Appreciate you sending that in. And it's also, he wrote millions of 1-inch menhaden everywhere. It'd be another month before they're big enough to use for bait, though. Thanks for all you do for for us on Panhandle Outdoors, Captain Bill Barlow. Thank you, Bill, for sending in that picture. Okay, let's go to the pier. This is the fish we're talking about, a 53-pound king. I do not know who caught it. I think he was from out of town, but I'll try to find out. But they caught that off the pier. Everybody's excited. 53-pound coming off the pier. Good job there. Okay, moving on down our next picture. Good mess of fish here. And the thing about when you're out here fishing like this, you just never know. This comes from Carabel. Okay, nice set of kings. Captain Kim sent this to us. Okay. Here's Brittany Gale Erdman, and that's just a good picture there. Brittany graduated last year, and a good picture. She's fishing with her cousin, and she outfished her cousin. Don't forget now, that one, I want to go back to Carabel. That was David Talbot. I didn't give him, David Talbot caught that, okay, from Carabel. Mention this, now it's coming up next weekend, Old Nick's Redfish Tournament, largest on the Gulf Coast, on May 21st in 2016. That is a big one. We'll try to get over there and see those folks. I really enjoy going over there. Listen here, now this is John Boyce, and you're not going to believe this, folks. That's a bonefish. I've had it verified, and bonefish caught here locally. Bonefish rare to come up this far. They're just rare to come up. They've been caught before. And I tell them, Scott Lindsay and I talked about this. He was surprised with it too. But John Boyce caught a bonefish. He caught and released. That's a South Florida warm water fish. But that goes to show you, following that warm current, got caught up here, and it got caught and released. All right, our good buddy, this is Kenny Bostick, wrapping up spring gobbler season up there in Missouri. Kenny's been on the show before, right before he left on his trip. That one weighed 22 pounds, 22.14 pounds. Then the next one, he got two of them, two nice big old gobblers. And this one weighed 22.5 pounds, so good fun there. Okay, I'll read that to you later. Let's see. That's going to take care of most of the pictures there. I had some with some frog legs, but we're okay on frog legs. Okay, coming up Sunday afternoon at 4:30, we have a special weekend edition of Panhandle Outdoors. So if you hang around Sunday and tired of doing stuff, just sit down and turn on Fox 28. Panhandle Outdoors have a special edition, and we're looking at some weekend stuff coming up, and it's good. Every now and then we have an opening to put Panhandle Outdoors on. I appreciate Fox 28 working with us on that. Going to be some solid fishing videos, so you get to see some good fishing Sunday afternoon, some red snapper fishing. Okay. Now next I want to talk about this ongoing discussion we're having about the scallop situation. I'm getting a lot of feedback on it, and I'm just doing a series on it. I promise you folks, this is not bragging, but you're going to get more information here on Panhandle Outdoors on what's going on with scallops than anywhere else. And this comes from an experience I have and the contacts I have and the viewers like you that's been going for years. And we're really in a situation where we've got to, as an outdoor community, help the authorities and all make an intelligent decision what's best for everyone concerned, including the scallop. So, but I want to go back. You always think about, what got us in this situation. How did we get here with the scallops? Why do we don't have any? If that's what they're saying is true, why do we not have any? Well, if to my thinking, it's over. Just had so many people out there getting them, and so many people not knowing what size to keep and all. And so I got this little 45. I'm gonna reflect back 4, 5, 6 years ago. It's a 45-second video. I had little Whitney come on and talk about this little secret that we could have, if the word would have gotten out and we could have used this, we could have been a lot better off today than we are now with the scallops. So we're going to run this 45-second video and then come back and talk a second about it. So we're going to run the video and then we'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Whitney here from Panhandle Outdoors, and we are out here on St. Joe Bay. There's not a boat in sight. We're here scalloping. We just brought in today's catch, and we have something new today. This is the size of a scallop, and if you are about to clean your scallops, and if you find one that's big, you're gonna put it up to here. If it's big enough, it's a keeper. You can clean it. But if it falls through, you know what to do. So you throw it back. There you go. So you just go ahead and do it with all these. Throw back the little ones and keep the big ones and go ahead and clean them. You're gonna have a good dinner.
Now, welcome back. And y'all believe Whitney was that little, and just one of my favorite little spots she did. We sure miss her. And anyway, so what we're talking about though was size scallops, and we're working on this, and she and I are talking about this is an original envelope that she and I put together called Top Secret in the developmental stage. We called it R&D, the research and developmental stage, but it was developed, and it was simple. What we did was we took a piece of cardboard, and we got a small scallop, what we considered would be the smallest scallop, and we just traced it right here. Okay, so it came out that size, and then we had this motto, and we tried it, we publicized it, we had it on the show, and if it falls through, you know what to do. And we're gonna get a little plastic thing and put it in all the bait and tackle stores like Blue Water and all around St. Joe Bay. The big thing when the tourists come, they don't know any better. It'd be like us going up North Carolina picking up some shells in the rivers. We wouldn't know what size, and so they're down here and they just see a little scallop, they'll pick it up and put it away, and you know, all kind of tourists were doing that. So it was really our job to educate them, and if we would have done that, we probably would still have a good selection of scallops today instead of this problem we're going through. But that was and I still think this needs to be done. And I think FWC needs to jump on it immediately and they have a size device. They have no minimum size to them. And not many species in outdoors where you don't have a minimum size. So that was one of the big reasons, contributing reasons, but it's one of the big reasons. If it falls through, you know what to do. And everybody, that could be the slogan. And FWC needs to adopt it. And you heard it here on Panhandle Outdoors 6 years ago, we said this. So anyway, I got an email here. Hey Winston, Jimmy Lumley here. Jimmy's a good viewer, a loyal viewer, he and his wife both. Do you have contact information to those we need to talk to concerning the scallop dilemma? Those responsible for making the final decision, please let me know who they are. It seems that this was a big topic of conversation last week at a CCA meeting. I saw when we were meeting down at the shrimp boat, a lot of folks, instead of talking about redfish, they were talking about scallops. So at a CCA banquet, that was a topic of conversation. And some of us would like to write them. If you have it, I'd like to put it on an email. So I'm going to find out who we need to talk to, and I'm going to be in contact. I'm going to invite them to come on the show. Thanks, I appreciate this, and congratulations on your retirement, Jimmy Lumley, also called Sandy Toes. All right, Jimmy, got that. I also have another email. I'll read it later during the fishing report. I'll be running out of time. I also want to mention a couple of things out of Liberty and Calhoun County area. Up there, the Pioneer Settlement up there in Bluntstown, a lot of things going on. Tonight is a bat night. What they're doing, from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, they have a bat house, and every now and then they'll do a bat count. So they invite the public to come out and watch those bats. They're going to count them as they fly out, and they have some little sticks with those bright, shady, those sticks that kids wave around. It'll be like a little festival up there on a small scale. So that's a good outdoor activity to do with the kids. Go count the bats coming out of the bat house at a Pioneer Settlement. Also, speaking of the Apalachicola River, they do this once a year. There's a group of folks they'll paddle in kayaks and canoes from the dam to the bay, from the Chattahoochee Dam to the bay. They spend a whole week and they camp along the river banks and all. There's some public campsites and all along the river. And if you're interested in that, you need to get a hold of it's called the Apalachicola River Jam 2016. It's going to start this Sunday, okay, the week, and it's 108 miles of paddling. And I know that'll be fun. Most of us have been on that river in different places, and that's a lot of fun there. Also, the results of the flathead tournament they had up there in Liberty County, Blake Schuler got first and second place. First place was 35.9 flathead. Second place was 34.9 flathead, and third place was a young man from Alpha, Seth Allday from Alpha, got a 34.1. So all three of those catfish was right at 35 pounds. So there'll be a series of the flathead catfish tournament trail, and that was the first step done on behalf of the Liberty County Senior Center. Okay, I want to go ahead and mention this. I want you as a viewer. 1 week from tonight will be my retirement party. Okay, Jeff will put this on the screen for us. My retirement party. You are invited. I want everybody's invited. Okay, it's going to be at Fusion Fitness Center, which is right across the street from Mosley, right next to UPS. So you can't miss it if you know where Mosley is, and you can But anyway, it's going to be from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock, sort of come and go. But around 5:30, I will give my farewell retirement speech. If you want to be there, I'd love to have you. And I got a lot of folks coming. I got folks coming from out of town and all, just once in a lifetime. And I'm going to, so you are invited. And I don't expect you to come, but if you want to come, you're welcome to come. The food's going to run out. We've got enough food to feed a couple hundred. So get there early if you're hungry. But if not, come at 5:30, and it'll be from 4 to 7. So welcome for you to come. All right, I need to, yes, let's do our famous Friday drawing, okay? And we're going to, you know, I dig in here. The first one, of course, we'll give away will be the $100 gift certificate. Sometime I'm going to dig in deep. I'm going to get a bigger jar this summer. Hold that away from the microphone. I'm going to go to one from the bottom right now. All right, my hand trap. Okay, this is for a $20 gift certificate. And the winner is Philip Berry. Philip Berry from Southport. All right, Philip. Philip's a good guy. I've known Philip a long time. And a good outdoorsman, too. Now, this is going to be for the Big Red Snapper. I got that from about the middle somewhere. And the winner of the Big Red Snapper is going to be Caitlin Carroll from Westville. So we have Philip Berry from Southport and Caitlin Carroll from Westville on the Big Red Snapper. All right? We're going to take a break and come back with our famous Friday fishing forecast. All right, welcome back, folks, to the famous Friday fishing forecast. I want to start off by reading an email from one of our viewers. He said, hey, Coach, I live in Graceville and want to fish Deer Point Lake. Please send me direction to the lake. I do not have a boat, so please send me best info you have for fishing from the banks. Okay, my best advice, got it right here on the screen. You want to come down 77 in Southport, and then you're going to go east on 2321, and if I was going to go fish Deer Point Lake this weekend, this is coming out of Southport, got a big curve here. The FWC office is right here. And now, if you want to fish on a bank, there's a dock right here to fish from, a really nice dock. I don't know if I can get it on here or not, but well, you can, okay? You got a boat ramp right here, and you got a dock right here to fish from, right here. See the dock right here? There it is, right there. Okay, and then also you can fish along the bridge, anywhere in here. All right, now this park right here, just a lot of folks swimming and all, so it won't be good fishing, be too crowded, but good bridge fishing, good dock fishing right there. And if you want saltwater fish right here on this side. So that's an excellent place to fish for all our folks there. All right, now let's get into the fishing report. Let's go to Mexico Beach. Mitch Coleman sent this into Mexico Beach, and we're going to go down here to Mexico Beach right there. And we're looking at Captain Mitch Coleman with Florida Days Adventures now. They got second place in that big tournament, and we're looking, the waters have been choppy. And it has been windy, especially as the day goes on. It's just been windy this week. So it's been choppy, and the temperatures, water temps are all over the place. And it has. Remember we talked about, we jumped back and forth, and it was like 5 degrees water temperature change. But he said in the last week and a half, last 2 weeks really, he has not seen a cobia. So we're at the tail end of that cobia run, according to what it looks like at Mexico Beach. Pretty good snapper bite on the opening weekend. They didn't catch a lot of big fish, but they had a good bite. Triggers are hitting cut baits and also flounders around the mouth of the canal. And the canal he's talking about, of course, would be right here. And it's a good time of the year now, right there. Okay, the Mexico Beach Canal, right there, the mouth of it. There's a deep hole right in here. So good fishing there and also good fishing here. Surf fishing I haven't heard a whole lot from at Mexico Beach. So that takes care of that area. That's and Carabel, again, the bite at Carabel, we talked about, Captain Kim was talking about some really good redfish bite this week. The trout bite's a little bit off, but redfish is really good down in that area. Okay, let's go to the Apalachicola, St. Joe Bay. Again, same story. Really good redfish bite here. And same, as I mentioned last week, the surf fishing has been pretty steady. There's been a good bite though here on the redfish there. Okay, the big thing. Let's come up here. Let me see now. Got Mexico Beach. The pier report up here. Of course, we just talked about a pier. Got a report from it, a bunch of hardtails and all. Didn't sound like a big week, but but it goes to show you that 53-pound king was caught off the pier. So be aware of that. Stripers were still good on Apalachicola Bay. Here in Panama City, let's come here to Panama City. Crooked Island Sound again has been steady. Crooked Island Sound has just been steady. East Bay and West Bay. Now I got a call. I want to talk about the the trout fish and redfish, mainly the redfish. I got a call from a guy, I won't call out his name, he and his brother fish about 3 to 4 days, sometimes 5 days a week. They know what they're talking about. They fish East Bay, they fish West Bay, and they fish North Bay. And he said dock fishing has been red hot on redfish. Now, I want to repeat that. Dock fishing has been red hot on the redfish. And these guys have fished, they caught them in East Bay, they caught them in North Bay, and caught them in West Bay, okay? But mainly the East Bay, North Bay areas with those docks, and also the docks right down here. So some good dock fishing these docks all through here, okay? And then you got docks over here. You got these docks over here in East Bay and Callaway Bayou and all the places over there, okay? But they're using just different plugs, different colors, and all some root beer color stuff and all. But that's the best report I've got about how good the red fishing was this week. And they just didn't. One of them caught like a 30-inch redfish pulled it out from the dock, and now that is something right there, and that was a lot of fun. The trout bite in West Bay has been pretty steady. Like I say, Brian Revere and all the last 2 weeks they've caught some nice trout, but it's been slow most of all. Sheephead is sort of slowing down. Offshore reefs, you've heard me, they're catching some flounder, and also the triggerfish bite has been really strong out of Panama City. In Choctachi Bay, the redfish is picking up over there, from according to one report. They're catching some redfish. Actually caught some on top water over there. One of the best things to keep in mind, again, and I always end up coming back here to the jetties. The jetty bite, talking about somebody just going there catching some fish. Fishing off the jetty has been strong. Had a young man that on Mother's Day, took his mom out fishing, and they caught some nice Spanish. He rented a pontoon boat. This is when a young man rented a pontoon boat and took his mom out fishing, and they caught some nice fish right around Deepwater Point here, trolling back and forth in here. Had a really good time. I thought that was a neat thing that he and his mom went out on a pontoon boat, and she had the best time. We on regular time? Okay, got to wrap it up, folks. We got to get out of here. Y'all have a great weekend. Do something good for your fellow man. As always, enjoy the great outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.